Look closely at this living room. It instantly transforms into a glowing bioluminescent forest filled with floating light particles. You didn't need a green screen, a lighting crew, or a render farm to make this happen. Traditionally, pulling off a sequence like that required a team of visual effects artists, massive render budgets, and weeks of tweaking keyframes on a complex timeline. Google's new model, Gemini Omni, replaces that entire timeline interface with conversational language. You simply talk or type to the system, describing exactly what you want to see. And as you add new instructions, the AI actually remembers the physical space. It keeps your characters looking completely consistent and allows every new edit to build logically on the last one, without breaking the environment. The technical friction of video production is gone. The bottleneck is no longer how well you know the software. The only limit is how well you can describe your own imagination. Take a look at this generated video of a skater. By simply typing a natural language command, you can attach dynamic, glowing energy waves that track perfectly with the flip of the board. If you need to remove an object, like making a musician's violin disappear entirely, you just ask. The AI reconstructs the background and maintains the player's exact posture, as if the instrument was never there. Think about the last video you recorded on your phone. If you could type one sentence to instantly alter that footage, what would you change? Let me know down in the comments. By removing the requirement for manual frame-by-frame manipulation, high-density visual editing becomes accessible to anyone with a smartphone and a prompt. Up until now, most generated video shared an obvious flaw. Because early AI models were basically just guessing which pixels looked good next to each other, the resulting footage often felt floaty, hallucinatory, and physically wrong. This animated diagram breaks down how Omni solves that problem. Instead of relying on basic pattern matching, this system approximates gravity, kinetic energy, and fluid dynamics by modeling the way these forces interact with geometric objects. You can see this structural logic in action in this generated clip. We get a continuous, smooth tracking shot where the kinetic energy transfers consistently across a massive chain reaction mechanism without the objects glitching through the floor. This physical understanding scales to complex scientific subjects. You can ask for a claymation explainer on protein folding, and the AI will generate a stop-motion sequence that accurately reflects the physical folding process. The model is effectively simulating real-world mechanics. It is using its underlying logic to predict how objects should realistically behave based on the physics described in your prompt. Now add multimodal input to the equation. This is the system's ability to take entirely different data formats and smash them together into one unified output. You can feed the AI a still photograph of a character, grab the chaotic camera motion from a separate video file, and anchor both of those to a driving audio track. Look at the result of merging those specific files. We get a cinematic walk cycle where the character moves directly forward and the environment rapidly shifts styles in perfect sync to the music. The technology pushes even further with the digital avatar feature. You can provide references of yourself to clone your own likeness and voice, allowing the AI to generate a photorealistic version of you speaking directly to the camera, which forces a very real question. Would you allow an automated digital clone of yourself to produce and upload videos to your channel while you sleep? Human physical presence is no longer a strict requirement for on-camera creation. Reality has become modular. When a system can accurately simulate environments, voices, and physics, we hit a critical breaking point. The basic concept of digital trust begins to collapse. To prevent total verification failure, Google built a systemic safeguard into the Omni model called SynthID. This diagram illustrates how the safeguard works. SynthID embeds an invisible cryptographic pattern deep into the pixel structure of the video itself. Because that signature is baked in permanently, systems like Google Search can scan the pixels and identify the media as an AI-generated file. In a landscape where synthetic video is increasingly indistinguishable from captured reality, these embedded signatures provide a necessary technical anchor for authenticating the media we consume. For Google leadership, this launch represents a deliberate effort to alter how humans interact with computers globally, and they're making it accessible immediately. Gemini Omni Flash is rolling out to YouTube Shorts at zero cost starting this week. The wall that has always stood between a thought in your head and a finished video on a screen has collapsed. If this technology challenges how you view the future of content, hit that subscribe button and let me know your thoughts down below. Your budget, your hardware, and your technical skills are no longer the primary barriers to creation. The only boundary left is your imagination.